From the most successful athletes of all time to Hollywood and Bollywood icons, the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game is one of the year's biggest sporting events, but it definitely comes with its fair share of drama. So let's take a look at the absolute worst NBA All-Star celebrity moments. Starting with the most recent one with MCU star Simu Liu, the 2023 All-Star Game had a lot going on and many people didn't really like it. It had the lowest viewership ever, and it looked like the only person having a blast was Janelle Monáe. No shade to her. There was a lot going wrong, and Simu Liu's celebrity lookalike segment is definitely on that list. Here's what happened. The cameras panned to an Asian guy with glasses, and Simu Liu's face appeared on the screen right next to him. Now, this man sitting in the crowd at the All-Star Game looked nothing like Simu. Not one bit. The all Asians look the same stereotype is old and honestly not funny at all. Even Simu Liu tweeted about the whole thing and said that even though he had a great time, this segment was not cool. He also went on to say that who really is in the wrong is the cameraman, not the NBA. Even though Simu talked a lot about how the entire organization has been more than great when it comes to this year's All-Star preps, it's clear that this ruined the night for Simu and a lot of other Asian fans. Liu even praised the guy who was on the screen next to him and called him gorgeous, so at least we got some wholesomeness out of this moment. Even though this isn't the absolute worst moment from All-Star Celebrity Games, it's pretty recent, so I put it first. Something a lot more cringeworthy happened last year with Machine Gun Kelly at the 2022 All-Star Game weekend. MGK was given the task of introducing one of the All-Star teams right before the game on Sunday, the 20th of February. He couldn't even do that right. Dressed in a sparkly rhinestone sweater and suit, Machine Gun Kelly was supposed to bring out and introduce Team Durant. Things were going well. He was just thanking the people of his hometown Cleveland. The rapper and pop-punk artist even asked the crowd to make some noise, and that's exactly what they did. Now here's when things started to go downhill. Let's just say we should be thankful MGK pursued music instead of comedy. First, he made a self-deprecating joke about his basketball skills. He admitted that he's not great at basketball and isn't a good basketball player. All that's well and good, but when he said that, he stole all the Infinity Stones from Thanos talking about his outfit. Of course, nobody found this funny, not even the elementary school kids in the crowd. MGK then went on to say that if LeBron needs him, he'd be right there near the half court. Apparently, MGK would have been happy to step out. Nobody laughed. Literally nobody. That's probably the last thing the singer wanted, but it's happened. Still, that day is probably one of the worst NBA All-Star Celebrity Game openings. Twitter had a field day with this. Some users were even saying that him trying to be funny was cashing them physical pain. Machine Gun Kelly definitely chose the wrong crowd for his jokes. Now, if you've been an NBA fan for a few years, you definitely remember the chaos of the 2017 Celebrity Game. The whole thing was a complete and utter disaster. There's no other way to put it. From fans booing to celebs turning over the ball again and again, it was rough. The Team East versus Team West matchup did not go well at all. There were quite a few celebrities, from Stranger Things star Caleb McLaughlin to TV host Nick Cannon. Jason Williams and Baron Davis, two NBA legends, were also there for the game. WNBA players Candace Parker and Lindsay Whalen played too. This didn't stop it from becoming the second most lopsided game out of all of the celebrity games ever. The East team ended up winning with a staggering 28-point margin. This was the second biggest ever. The East team scored a whopping 88 points, which is the most points a single team has ever scored. Win Butler had 22 points and 11 rebounds to his name, and Brandon Armstrong winning the MVP award with 16 points and 15 rebounds. Kevin Hart sat the game out for the first time in 4 years. The four-time MVP said that he retired after the 2016 Celebrity Game.
This is my fourth MVP. It's an emotional moment. I think I'm gonna go out on top. I'm announcing my retirement from the celebrity basketball game. as a 4-time MVP.
Brandon Armstrong, a former NBA D-Leaguer, ended up taking Hart's place. Win Butler, who also happened to be last year's MVP, surprised everyone and made 22 points along with 11 boards for the East team. Romeo Miller was leading the West, scoring 18 points. The 59-year-old Brazilian legend Oscar Schmidt, who everyone thinks is the greatest basketball player who didn't make it to the NBA, also drained his first jump shot attempt. There was a lot going on in this game, and to say fans were confused would be an understatement. They still had a favorite though. Jarius Robertson, the 14-year-old battling a chronic liver disease, hit his one field goal attempt. Everyone immediately loved him. It's safe to say he's the one good part of the whole 2017 Celebrity Game. Everything else was just chaos. Now, the 2016 Celebrity Game is also up there when it comes to the worst moments in All-Star Celebrity Games. Here's what went down. Muggsy Bogues, a 5'3" former point guard, was defending a former All-Star, McGrady. Did I mention that McGrady towers at 6'9"? While that was entertaining to watch because Muggsy did an amazing job, he ended up getting a foul called because he hit McGrady's chest with his face.
Grady going to work on Muggsy Bogues. Big mismatch here. Yeah, Muggsy says, yeah, give it back to him. He doesn't want any help on defense, JB. Great defense by Muggsy.
Things were pretty interesting because then the 6'9" former All-Star was posted up against Bogues. It was definitely fun to see the 51-year-old Muggsy and T-Mac interact on the court, especially because T-Mac made his much-awaited return at All-Star Weekend after 9 years. Everyone was hoping he'd come back after that year. Maybe if the NBA decided that the best place to hold the games would be in a warm city, everyone would have seen much more of T-Mac. McGrady scored 18 points for the Canadian team, which happened to be the team high. Still, it was clear he's a bit rusty and hasn't still got it when it comes to the hops department. His glory days are long gone. That much was clear when he tried to recreate his own famous dunk from off the backboard. The OG fans remember this from the 2002 All-Star Game. In the end, he just ended up doing a finger roll, which was kinda sad. If the NBA Celebrity All-Star Games have taught us fans one thing, it's that retired athletes are retired for a reason. Some people just have to learn this the hard way, it seems. This last moment is also up there when it comes to the worst moments in the Celebrity All-Star Games. It's none other than the 2012 All-Star Game. There's usually a decent amount of celebrities on the court when it comes to games like this, but the 2012 one was honestly disastrous. There were way too many celebrities on the court. Everyone from J. Cole and Common to Vinny Guadagnino, Kevin Hart, and Neo was there. Even though all these people are amazing by themselves, they don't quite have the best chemistry on court. It was basically just a recipe for disaster. Kevin Hart ended up winning the MVP award, and that's probably the best thing that happened. It seems All-Star games get really intense. That's all I have for the worst NBA All-Star Game celebrity moments.